Hello students, welcome back to the next session of EVS 1, Chapter 1, Our Earth and the Solar System. In the last class, we have already studied about the heavenly bodies in the solar system. Now let us move on further. Students, you might have observed, in which direction do things fall? All things on the earth remain on it. Even if we throw something upwards with a great force, finally it falls to the ground. You might have observed while playing with a ball also, if you throw it upwards into the air, it comes back to the earth's surface. Now this is due to the earth's gravitational force. It is also known as gravity. And this gravitational force was discovered by a scientist by the name of Isaac Newton. When he was sitting under an apple tree, an apple fell on his head and he wondered why the apple did not fly away into the sky but fell onto the earth's surface. And this is how he discovered the gravitational force or gravity of the earth. All heavenly bodies exert a force of attraction or a pull on one another, and this force is called the force of gravity. The sun too exerts a gravitational pull on all planets, whereas the tendency of the planets is to move away from the sun. So as a result of these two forces, the planet keeps on revolving around the sun at a fixed distance in a fixed orbit. These two forces balance each other. In the same way, satellites also revolve around their planets. Just like you and me, people have always been curious about the heavenly bodies in the sky, and they have always wanted to reach them and explore the conditions on different heavenly bodies in space. However, to send some object from the earth into space, it must be really difficult, because that object will have to be given so much power which can work against the force of gravity. That object has to escape from the earth's gravitational force. Then only it will be able to reach space. Rocket technology or space launch technology is used for this purpose. Students, during Diwali, I'm sure all of you must have liked to light the firecracker called the rocket. This rocket is packed with explosive chemical substances. So when you light the rocket, the explosive substances burn rapidly, that is very fast, and they produce a lot of heat energy. The design of this rocket firecracker is such that it is pushed in a certain direction at a great speed. So now let us see how space launch is done using a rocket. Of course, the Diwali rocket is very small, but to launch a space vehicle, very powerful rockets are used in order to send spacecrafts into space. And a lot of fuel is burnt in the rockets so that the spacecraft, which weighs thousands of tons, can be launched into space. In the 20th century, few countries of the world developed this space technology, and sent hundreds of spacecrafts into space. Do you know, children, our country India is also very well known for the development of its space launch technology. I'm sure you have all heard about the ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. This is the space agency of the Government of India, and it has its headquarters in the city of Bengaluru. Some spacecrafts remain in space and some are brought back to the Earth, while some land on other planets or satellites. In some missions, do you know, some scientists also travel in the spacecraft, and they are called astronauts. How many of you would like to be astronauts and travel in a spaceship into space to explore all the heavenly bodies there? Do you know who was the first Indian astronaut in space? I'm sure you guessed right. It is none other than Rakesh Sharma. Rakesh Sharma became the first Indian astronaut to go into space in 1984. He spent 8 days on a space station for a joint mission of the ISRO and the Soviet Intercosmos. Seeing India from space, he said that it looked सारे जहां से अच्छा. Let us see about India's space missions. On 22nd October 2008, the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, launched a spacecraft to the moon, and this mission is known as Chandrayaan-1. Mangalyaan is yet another important Indian space mission. This is also known as MOM. No, it is MOM, or Mars Orbit Mission. It was launched on 5th of November 2013. It got established in an orbit around the planet Mars on 24th September 2014. ISRO achieved this feat in its first attempt. Both these missions are unmanned. Unmanned means there were no people on board the spacecraft. The objectives of these missions was in order to make a deeper study of the moon and Mars. Man-made satellites. Man-made satellites are artificial satellites made by man. These provide useful information for agriculture, environment, weather forecasting, making maps, and also searching for water and mineral wealth on the earth. They are also used for telecommunication. They are put into the orbit around the earth and they can remain in space for many years. Students, always remember, space scientists have not yet been able to find a single other planet which has life on it. So our Earth is an invaluable planet. We are able to live on it because of the environment. The degradation of its environment for any reason will be a threat to the existence of life itself. So students, we need to take care of the earth. We need to take care of the environment. We can make this earth a better place to live in. With that, we come to the end of this chapter. Students, kindly note, you have to make a 100 pages notebook for EVS 1 and the notes will be sent to you on the WhatsApp group. So please keep your notes updated. With that, we end this session. Thank you once again. Until we meet in the next session.